Welcome guys to the CamPMitra interview with Dr. Nitin Puri sir, Assistant Professor in the Applied Physics Department of DTU, who has completed his doctorate from the Cyclotron Lab, Punjab University, Chandigarh, worked in Honghua Company Limited, China, and completed postdoctorate from USA. He has also worked with Bhabha Atomic Research Center, Nuclear Science Center, and Institute of Physics, Bhubaneswar. Sir has been researching in the field of biosensors and nanotechnology. Sir has research projects in applied physics of approximately a crore in areas of biosensors and nanotechnology from various governmental organizations like DST, IUAC, and BRNS. He has been teaching engineering students for more than a decade. He also has the additional charge of being the security officer of DTU. I welcome you, sir.
Thank you, Shikhar.
Sir, so you have been a lecturer in some of the other universities also, and you have been teaching here for the last 7 years. So, what are the extraordinary experiences that one will be getting here via the DTU brand?
Thank you, Shikhar, for the kind words for me. But as far as the brand of DTU and other colleges and other universities I taught, I feel that first is that it's a government institution, number one. Second is that students get good exposure. One is very important because academia, student can excel in academia in all the institutions where good faculties are available or good number of teachers are available, facilities are available. But important is that how those particular students are going to avail those facilities. That is very important, and how those particular things is being communicated to the students by the faculty members. So what I feel that, it is very important for the students to get an exposure for extracurricular activities, not only the academic, because academia is a part of them. Whatsoever branch they normally prefer, so they want to excel in that particular field. Suppose they want to go in electrical engineering, mechanical engineering, or in some classical branches, computer science, IT, but other branches like engineering, physics, mathematics and computing. So other branches are also available in the university, which these type of branches we cannot find it at any of other places. So, and then like if you see those students who pursue their engineering degree in engineering physics, they always have a constraint to working in those particular areas. So what I feel that in DTU, they not only get the brand, but they get an exposure to different streams. Like they get an exposure for the different type of societies which are there. They can have the extracurricular activities involved in sports. They could be able to get in dramatic societies there. They could be able to have different type of technical festivals are available. NG Fest is available. So they could be involved yourself in a complete personality development program, which we normally find it here. But the rest of the institutes, these type of things are missing there. So I feel that in that perspective, DTU is the best in terms of a brand. So I feel that this is good. Students should pursue in the DTU.
That was a very well written answer, sir. So coming to the branch, you are a professor of the Applied Physics Department, and there are more people who are focused on placements rather than pursuing research or taking their branch as an career scope. So sir, what are the research prospects in India in the physics department or the applied physics department, which the DTU promotes also, and has been in for the last 4 or 5 years, students have been going to the various institutions from DTU.
It's a wonderful question. I think that number of the students, aspirants who are or who want to pursue their engineering in engineering physics or mathematics and computing or other branches, which normally they don't have an idea about it. So what I say that in terms of placement, students have a huge number of placements. Students are having two jobs in their hands once they are going to be in their 3rd year. Once they are entering into the 4th year, when the placement companies comes, the enormous number of companies are coming, and students are having two companies having their number of good packages in terms of is normally we consider it that package is the criteria for judging it. So I feel that students are getting the enormous amount of handsome salary in their placements. Or if you say that companies, like if you are pursuing their degree in mechanical company will come. But these days I have seen that companies, suppose Infosys is coming, or some IT companies is coming, or some any other company are coming into university, they normally prefer to have a basic degree for them. So they allow all the students, suppose BTech mechanical engineering fields also, or mathematical computing or environmental, they allow all the students to appear in the aptitude test, and finally they interview them, and then they give a placement to them. So I feel that it is not a problem here in terms of placement. As far as your second question is concerned, that how the students pursue their research oriented career in this engineering physics, I feel that it is very well placed students, because students are pursuing the projects in nanotechnology, they are pursuing the projects in nuclear engineering, they are pursuing the projects in electronics, they are pursuing the projects in optics, biosensors, sensors. So and then enormous number of faculties are available who are pursuing their research career in all these fields. If you ask me, I have a project of approximately, as you already mentioned it, approximately 1 crore of rupees project is having it. Recently, DST given me a project of 50 lakhs, in which I need to use the ultra thin 2D nanomaterials for cancer diagnostic applications. So I feel that students always have an edge for doing the research in the fields which are which are promising field, challenging field, and then how you can give the society, it is very important for them. So students come in the first year to think that they want to do something new. So once they come into the contact with the faculty members who are pursuing the projects in different emerging fields, so they do the project in nanotechnology and all the research fields, and then finally once they do the project and then they can get MS and PhD in the different universities. Like some of my my students have gone to University of Nebraska, the UCLA, and then Carnegie Mellon. So some of the universities, they are pursuing their masters and PhD. So I'm very happy. And then some of the bright students have opted for engineering physics. So this is and then this is not only the DTU which is providing this engineering physics. IIT Delhi, IIT Madras, and then some of the foreign universities are giving the degrees in PhD degree in engineering physics. So I think that is a bright scope for engineering physics students. So I must suggest to the aspirants of coming to the DTU that you should have an open mind without thinking in that which branch you are getting. You should have a passion for doing something which you feel, and then whatever branch you get it, surely there is a scope for that. So,
thank you for the words, sir. Coming to the engineering physics branch particularly, so EP is the branch under your department, that is the applied physics department. So what should one student expect out of the applied physics department while he is having his 4 years over here, and what is the industrial scope that the branch offers to a student, as well as what are the companies visiting to the campus for the engineering physics student placements?
As I just mentioned it, once you asked this question to me, I said it that some of the core companies in which they are working in R&D in the field of nanotechnology, or in the field of nuclear physics, or in the field of sensors, the scope in terms of industry is a little bit of limited, I must say. So I will not say that students can directly go to the companies, because R&D not in India is not so good. But students can pursue their career in academia in a wonderful way. And then it is not like that all the students are pursuing their career in academia, or but they can students who get an admission in engineering physics, they go for suppose IT, they have an interest in IT. As I said earlier also, that when the company comes, they doesn't require that they should have a specific branch oriented student. They say that only BTech students should be there, and then they take an aptitude test. So some of our students have been placed in IT companies, core IT companies. They have been placed, even if they are having a background in BTech engineering phase. And some of the students are doing well they are doing in Infosys, Wipro, Accenture. They are working very well in those companies, and they are well placed. And yes, sure, obviously you cannot say directly that they will be placed in this company. It is not like this, but yes, students are not free also. They are getting better jobs in terms of their masters and PhD, and then with the fellowship they are getting. Because one of our first, first established when the first founding batch of engineering physics founds, one of our student has gone to Stanford University. So I think this is the great milestone that girl has put on for all the rest of the students of not only for this branch, for all the branch for the rest of the students. So I feel that this is a wonderful achievement for that girl, and then she has put in for us, and the rest of them are also going in rest of the good and great universities. So our aim is not to get in terms of financial things, but it is that how could you able to survive in the system in the world, and could be able to get something which you have learned during 4 years, and you could be able to deliver it to the society. So I think that students are doing good, and engineering physics have a bright future ahead.
So basically, that engineering physics is not a mainstream branch, it's an off-stream branch. So students have been doing good in the core sector as well as the tech sector also from this branch.
Yeah.
Like you said that the founding batch student was, she got an acceptance in Stanford. So it's really great that we get to know that our seniors have been placed in such colleges and have been pursuing their engineering physics branch as a career option. And also this means that the students who had their queries, like the branch is limited in Indian colleges and it has a wider scope in outside India. So this means that the students can opt for this branch, and it will be a good career option for these students.
Yeah.
So sir, now I would like to come to the point that as a overall personality development, students have been thinking of that they should focus on their academics, or they should participate in clubs, or they should contribute in the societies, be a member of some teams, contribute in the fest organizing committees. So sir, as a whole, sir, should this be limited to some branches, or should this be there should be students from all the branches contributing in this factor, and how this skill set helps them in their placements as well as in their further development?
Yeah, this is a wonderful question because मुझे लगता है कि हर एक पेरेंट के दिमाग में ये बात होती है, और हर एक पेरेंट ये जानना चाहते हैं कि बच्चा किसी पर्टिकुलर ब्रांच में जाने के बाद क्या उसी पर्टिकुलर ब्रांच का ही स्पेसिफिक हो जाएगा, या वो कुछ ऐसा भी जानना चाहते हैं कि कुछ एक्स्ट्रा करिकुलर एक्टिविटीज में भी इन्वॉल्व रहेगा कि नहीं रहेगा. सो आई जस्ट वांट टू आंसर इन दिस वे दैट स्टूडेंट्स हैव अ lot of scope for them. Even when they come in the first year, they normally go with the common subjects which every branch student normally have. They go with the basic of physics and mathematics, as well as the basic mechanical engineering and the IT also. So what I feel that because they are having a background in mathematics and physics and chemistry, so initial stages it is not too difficult for them to cope up in that particular time. So they have, if they want to spend time, they can spend time in the different societies. We are having approximately 70 to 75 societies in our university, where student can normally participate it, and then can go there, and then can register them in that particular branch and then society, and then can learn from those particular things. And then I feel that overall development of the student is not only by the academics, but with the active participation in this. And we have all this students they are not only doing this extracurricular activities only in this dramatics or any other, as we have talked about earlier, but they are doing in like automotive, some AUV team is there, and then we have a ground vehicle, automatic ground vehicle is there. There are different type of teams are there. Which Defiance team is there, which their car race competition is there, where they normally participate. So and then some of my students also, they have participated initially in 2012 or 13. They have gone to US for presenting that particular car competition, and then those students are now, if you ask me where they are placed after doing that project, some of the students are doing a job in Bangalore in one company, where they are pursuing the R&D. He has pursued the engineering field, students were there. So they are doing a project. So it is not a one dimension. They are going to open it here, but in different branches, in different fields of branches, they can explore themselves. So I hope that students have a lot of scope in these branches, and because they are having a lot of scope in extracurricular activities along with overall personality development here. So I think that we should have a first priority here. They should surely get the best exposure here.
So, what you clear means to say that the student should focus on some other things also, like activities, fests, and teams and societies. So, how should a student manage his time? We know that there are students who live in a PG, who live in who come as day scholars, and who live in the hostel. So, how is it possible for a student to manage his time and not spend time traveling daily 2 to 4 hours a day? And since the college timings have also changed from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m., it would be very difficult for students to travel and then being actively participated in these societies and also enjoy or do interaction with seniors, being part of these societies and tech teams. So, how will this be taking place? That how should a student manage his time?
Yeah, it's again a wonderful answer, Master, because every question you are asking is concerned with the students. So what I feel that is time and management is very important. It's very, very important because you have classes from, as you have mentioned already, from 8 to 6 p.m., from 8 morning to 6 p.m. So students will be involved in all this timing. So then you have to get time for extracurricular activities also, and then suppose you are having a home where it takes 2 to 4 hours to commute. So what I suggest that yes, you need to adjust the time, but I say that you can adjust the time. There is no problem for that because if you are because all the activities are not done during the working time also. This is the weekends also. The students prefer to do those activities. They can spend time on weekends, Saturday, Sunday they can come, but spending time 2 hours for commute, I think it's a challenging thing. So what I suggest that our students who are in the final year right now, they have made some site which I know is EGPG.net is there, EGPG.net is there, which I remember correctly. So they can go to that website and then can all the nearby PG places are there where the student can get different places for PG and then can locate the areas, and then obviously because our own student have developed this website, so surely it's an intranet, so student can get all the information and can get PG. If they could be able to live in the PG, it's a wonderful time. They are going to save those particular 4 to 6 hours a day, so which is surely is a time management. So I suggest that surely they should go for it. I'm sure they will be able to save the precious time and then could be able to spend time in academics as well as the extracurricular activities.
So means living near the college or inside the college in the hostel will be a benefit for all the students in their overall development and time management.
Absolutely, yes.
So sir, like we are coming to the conclusion of our interview, what would be your suggestion for the students who are now doing the choice filling and the final days of choice filling, and most of the doubts have been cleared by now that we were working on, or the students have taken some references from your interview. So what would be the one suggestion or advice that you would be for the aspiring students or the coming freshers for DTU?
I must say that you should have a clear vision in your mind. What I say that don't make your ideas, don't make any perception based on somebody's views. Go to the websites, try to have a clear idea of the things, and then that all the things which is being mentioned here or whatever based on that particular criteria, I must say that they should come to DTU and then they should spend quality time 4 to 6 years. Those who are coming for BTech, those who are coming for MTechs, they should have a good time here, and then they could be able to learn something which they should give reciprocally to the society, which I feel is important, because spending only 4 years doesn't solve the purpose. Once you are spending quality time for 4 years in the university, I feel that that particular thing should be given to the society back. So I want that there should be good human beings should come out, technical human beings should come out, I must say in this way, so that he or she could be able to deliver it to the society. With these words, I think that this is my message to all the schools who will be admitting in the next 2017 in 18. I say them the good luck, and then say them that they should work hard, and then once you work hard, surely you are going to get this place, and then once you get this, spend quality time with us.
Sir, since the students will be coming to DTU, so you are also the security officer of DTU. So please tell the students about the rules and regulations that they will need to follow in the campus while they are attending classes, they are working in the campus, or they are living in the hostels also.
Yeah, this is because this is security is one of the I must say the sensitive issue these days. So, but I assure all the students who will be coming to the campus that they are completely safe in the university. But this will be possible only with the cooperation of the students and all the people who will be coming and joining us in the coming semester. I just request them that they should have a proper, if they are coming with a vehicle, they should have a proper stickers, which we normally they will get it once they come into the university. So they should always cooperate to the security staff. Once they ask something, you should be able to answer it in a positive way. And then they should not the vehicles normally in the night time. It's a particular time they are not allowed with the vehicles. So they should have a proper arrangement for those particular vehicles. So it is, and then they should drive safely in the campus once they are doing it. So we are taking good care of their hostels as well as different premises of the university. I feel that they are quite safe and will take care about them in the basically tenure for this or till the time they are here. We are surely committed to serve them with a good safety.
So thank you, sir, for the time that you gave us for the interview, and we hope that the students will take references from this and they will have a very good 4 years ahead of them and they will be doing good in their BTech.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Shikar. Thank you so much.
sir.
Thank you very much.